Let's go, guys. You got 5 minutes to kill?
What's up?
You got 5 minutes to kill?
Well, what are you trying to do?
I do 5-minute interviews with random people. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Cool. Are you cool if I record it?
I don't give a shit.
Cool. My name's Eddie, by the way.
What's up, Eddie?
What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew
Johnson.
Cool. Let me write that down.
5-minute interviews. It's so weird, man.
I know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Is
cool.
this for like an experiment or?
Not really. It's kind of like a hobby. So, kind of give you an idea how the talks go. I like to talk about a belief that someone holds, and I just ask questions to kind of uncover how they got to that belief.
Okay, go ahead, hit me.
And you can kind of pick the topic. I can like give you some examples. Usually, people talk about like some more supernatural beliefs.
Aliens.
Yeah, they can talk about aliens.
Yeah. Speaking about aliens, I saw one earlier today.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not an alien, but a spacecraft. But...
Okay. So you saw a spacecraft today?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
Let's see.
I don't think it was. It couldn't have been a helicopter. It couldn't have been an airplane. The way it moved, extremely shiny.
Okay.
Going across the sky, and just zooms away.
Okay.
Second experience I've had. Very similar. Same exact time of day. Well, not the same exact time of day. Very similar time of day. Sun's up in the sky. I mean, very shiny.
Okay. So it's very shiny, and it's in the sky, and you determined it's a spaceship.
Well, it's an unidentified flying object. Maybe not a spaceship.
Okay.
But it definitely, I didn't know what it was, and it was flying up in the sky.
Okay. But your belief is that it's a spacecraft?
Yes, I believe it's a spacecraft.
Okay. So what is the main reason why you believe it's a spacecraft?
Well, and of all, there are billions of systems around. I mean, we haven't even discovered the majority of these things that are around us. The universe is constantly expanding. There's no way that we're the only thing here. We're the only people living. We're the only sentient beings. There's no way in hell.
I gotcha.
Hey, here's my buddy.
Cool. So I'm just going to repeat back what you're saying and make sure I understand it correctly. You're saying you believe it's a spacecraft that you saw because the improbability that we're the only thing
Yes.
in the universe.
Definitely.
Okay.
We're being watched. Definitely.
Is it possible that we aren't alone in the universe, but they haven't gotten here yet?
I believe they're here, walking among us, honestly. But I do believe that's a probability.
Okay.
Like, we haven't gotten anywhere else yet as far as we know either, so... I mean, that's what we know.
So would you say it's impossible that they aren't here?
Nothing's
It
impossible.
could be improbable, but definitely not impossible.
Okay, so it's not impossible, but it's probable.
Yes.
Why do you think it's probable?
Well, the Earth is estimated to be around, 3.5 billion years old? I don't know. There's no way in hell it's just us humans. I mean, it's plenty of time for evolution and different beings to be created. Anywhere, honestly. Like, it could be millions of light years away, or it could be just right next door. I don't know, man.
Okay, so you're saying that because so much time has passed, they had plenty of time to get here?
Yes, definitely. I believe so. I mean, I think they know we are here.
Okay. If you were to meet someone, let's say some astrophysicist or something like that, and they explained how long it would take for a beam of light to go across the galaxy, and it was like millions of light years at the speed of light to get across our galaxy, would that change your mind about there being enough time for aliens to get here?
Well, technology, man. They could have much more advanced technology. They could possibly even travel the speed of light and get here in seconds, if not hours, or maybe even years for our time. So honestly, that doesn't rule out the probability of it being here or around us.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily rule it out, but you're saying it's probable.
Yeah, could be probable.
Oh, could be probable. Okay. So, how would we determine the probability?
Oh, I have no idea, man. Honestly, I mean, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a scientist. I'm just your average Joe, man.
Okay. So if we can't determine if it is more probable or less probable, and we can't necessarily rule out that it's impossible or it's inevitable, how can you be so certain?
I've seen things with my own eyes that this is the second spacecraft, well, UFO, that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was government. I don't know if it was some space testing, if it was just a satellite or just a piece of space debris flying by and disintegrating in the atmosphere. It could have been anything, but...
Okay. So what I hear you're saying is you're confident that it was a spaceship because you don't know what it was.
Well, not necessarily. Just the way, the first one that I experienced, definitely, there's no denying that there were lights on that thing. There's no denying that It just stopped, hovered, and flew off.
Lights.
Like, yes, like...
Stopped.
The first one I encountered was midday, maybe 2 o'clock. This was earlier this year.
When you see light, something that has lights and stops and hovers, then it flies off, does that, to you, point to a spaceship, or does that point to something? Like, is that part of the unidentified? What is that, or is that like, if it can stop and hover and fly away, then it has to be a spaceship?
That's my belief in my head. I mean, I'm a firm believer in aliens, man. Definitely.
Okay. If you were wrong about what it was, let's say it was something else that could hover, stop, and fly off, how would you go about discovering that it wasn't a spaceship?
Unless I could travel back in time and fly up there and see what it was, there's no way I could tell what it was, man.
Okay. So if you can't determine what it was, how can you be so firm?
Sure, man. I mean, if I see something with my own 2 eyes, and I don't know what it is, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
Thank you. So, like, you know, a UFO stands for unidentified flying object. And so there's an inherent ignorance in that description.
Yes.
We don't know. So if we don't, it seems like, and I'm not saying one way or another, it seems like if you see something you don't know what it is, you attribute it to, or you go to aliens.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really linking to it being an alien. We don't know what alien spaceships look like. We don't know if they can hover, fly, and we don't know if it's probable or improbable that they're actually here. So, I guess what I'm asking is, there is a reason you believe this, but it doesn't sound like it's actually because you can identify it as a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's unidentified. So what do you think it is that points you to say that it is?
Well,
with how firm you are.
Well, there's so much, well, like I said earlier, there's so much space, so much undiscovered, so much unexplored,
Mm-hmm.
that it could have possibly been life. It could have been something from a different planet, or another, possibly even something from the future.
Right.
You know? I honestly think it was extraterrestrial life, just staring, looking down on us, exploring us, trying to see where we're going to advance.
Let's say your friend thought it was let's say he thought it was not a spaceship, but it was something the government was doing. Would there be a way for us to determine spaceship or something government?
Testing.
With given technology, you probably could. Like, if you have access to satellite, thermal reading, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, just us standing here, like, seeing with our eyes, there's no way for us to physically know unless we're, like, right up next to it, get a close-up shot.
Right.
Yeah, this thing, I mean, what caused me to believe that this was extraterrestrial life and not from this planet is that this thing was definitely moving at the speed of light. This thing was hovering one moment and zooms away into the distance in a matter of a second or 2 seconds. that thing had to be moving just at an extraordinary pace.
Is there anything that you know of besides aliens that could have explained that?
Honestly, no. Maybe something from the future,
Satellite,
but
maybe.
it could have been a piece of satellite debris. You know, it could have been space debris, but I saw the lights, man. These things were spinning around in a circle. There's no denying that.
Okay.
I wasn't on drugs either.
Okay, just to kind of wrap it up, we can't really know that it's aliens because it is unidentified. It's something that we can't explain, and we don't know what it is. And we have no way of really determining how likely it is that aliens are here or never here or where they are. Does that kind of put a dent, like recognizing that, does that kind of put a dent in how confident you can be about it?
Honestly, yeah, it does. I mean, it could have been anything, but could have been aliens, could have been the government, could have been someone from the future.
Could have
There's
been
no telling.
Could have been the Borg.
The Borg.
Star Trek.
You're talking to a nerd, and I don't even know what this is.
No worries, man.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Trek nerd, though. I'm more of a Star Wars fanatic, man.
Okay. Could have been Darth Vader. Who knows? All right. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Appreciate
Doing
it.
this for like school or something? Or?
No, this is actually a hobby I have.
Really?
It's really interesting, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I took my time out of the day to help you out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No problem.
I know you didn't really talk to me.
What's up, man? Yeah. I have a card.
You have a card?
Yeah. So, let's see.
A YouTube channel, or?
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel. Let's see if I have some. I think I have some here.
Put my embarrassing speech on there.
I put up the ones that are really interesting. This one probably might make the cut because I've never talked to anyone about aliens.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Just like kind of go
Oh,
around talk to
shit,
people about
dude.
different things, get their input. Or...
Well, actually, I leave it up to them.
Really?
And what makes it interesting is if you really deeply believe it, I just kind of ask questions to uncover how you got there. And some people leave more confident in their beliefs. Some people leave less confident. Some people don't change at all. And I forgot to ask your confidence level, but
My confidence level was at about 85 to 95%.
yeah.
That it was extraterrestrial life.
Did my talk change that percentage at all?
You know, it's probably around still around 80, maybe 75% now. And you put maybe a 5-10% gap on it. But
Okay. Yeah, and basically what I like to do is let someone else talk about whatever belief it is. I don't like ask people. Let's talk about this one. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's
That's a great way to do things, man.
What makes it more interesting is how strongly you believe it. And so with strongly held beliefs, it's important to examine the method in which you reached that amount of confidence, and whether it's kind of like a math problem. So if you go, here's a problem and here's my answer, it's kind of like me going behind you, like, all right, show me your work of how you got there, and then if I discover like an error, I can go, okay, well, this does, that might not make sense. So.
Yeah. How many people do you talk about religion?
Religion is the main topic. Religion's the main topic.
I bet that pisses some people off, though.
Well, actually, my approach doesn't really piss people off because I really never tell them what to believe, and I hope you didn't get that impression from me.
Not. No, definitely
telling you no, that's wrong or it's right.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how
Yes.
how you got there. So I like to just ask questions and
It's more of a how, why.
yeah. And I have pissed some people off, but that was when I first started, and my goal is to not do that.
Yeah.
Because once you piss someone off, they're not really going to be thinking about what I'm asking. They're just going to get real defensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Well, if I'm
Yeah.
out here again, I'm definitely going to do another interview. That's
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Well, appreciate your time. Well,
Thanks, guys.
Definitely see you around.
All right, man.
Is your YouTube channel on there?
I think I gave it to. It was on the card. If I
Yeah, you
gave
gave
it
it to me. Yeah, that's
You
cool.
give me a card?
You want a card?
Sure.
All right.
I'm definitely going to subscribe, man,
Yeah.
and check out your other ones.
Cool.
He wants to see if he's on there. Don't let him lie to you. He wants to
If I'll put it up within a week usually of recording it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Thanks,
you do
guys.
edits and all that stuff yourself?
I really don't try to edit too much. Maybe I edit like the beginning part where I'm asking
you just
you guys
do
to
like
get
around
in
here on Tyler, or you kind of go a little
there.
everywhere?
This exact spot.
Is that spot next to this little tree?
Yeah. I don't have a lot of free time. but when I do, I like to do this. I got 2 kids, so it's kind of, it's hard. It's hard
This
to.
is really cool. I mean, it's
Yeah,
really
right.
neat. A lot of
Yeah.
people have different, ideals and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to broaden your horizons,
Yeah,
Right.
I bet you hear so much from so many different people.
It's very interesting. It's entertaining to the least.
Well, take it easy, man. I hope you get more interviews.
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys.